Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for Thor Annual Issue 1, 2023. And this is a pretty cool looking cover. Who is Mythos? And we definitely learned this in this issue. And this is written by the collaborative team that has been doing Captain America, which you can definitely tell because we learn who Mythos is, and it's really kind of weird. I do like how this examines Thor and what it means to be worthy. That's the main things that I like, but the antagonistic kind of force that Thor goes up against is really kind of weird and takes some kind of like conjuring of like, okay, how does this even kind of occur? So we see that Sif is meditating on kind of like of late more than ever before, or this is pretty much Thor talking about it and everything because he's the one that's doing all this stuff. But we see that she's looking, she sees the Bifrost as then her eyes start bleeding and things start going freaking haywire. As someone, Thor's pretty much of late, more than ever before, I've seen it in their eyes, the faith. After all these trials, after years of black winters, dark secrets, and ancient fears, my people look at me and they see an all-father, a worthy successor to my ascended father, a guardian of Asgard, born to the throne and worthy of her power. But as the sky begins to fall and the watcher's eyes bleed, as the 10 realms scream in sudden agony, as I wake on the ancient throne of my grandfathers to a world tree twisted beyond recognition by an unknown and terrible power, it is not an all-father I see, it is only Thor as he flies off to confront what's going on. Now granted, the art is amazing in this, and it is $4.99 issue-wise. I think that's important to talk about because and looking through solicitations, they kind of go all over the place. Now, $1 more for an annual, I totally kind of get. Usually $1 more for certain kind of issue ones, though we do see that that's bumping up even higher with certain kind of counts on certain things. So we see this really cool page of Thor flying like this and like broken up, talking how Sif is saying that she saw the attack coming. Single word of warning, Mythos. I don't know what she's seen, but the truth is clear. Changing the very rings of the world tree, shattered pieces of the Bifrost gathered and wielded in an engine of conquest. I can save nothing, I am without allies, the darkness rejoices, and the dead prepare for new company. I am flying by instinct towards Midgard, like in days of old, for if anywhere could withstand the power of Mythos, it is this realm of Avengers. I listen for them, for Jane, for Runa, for Stephen and Stark, and the Widow and Strange, but they are as silent as a battlefield after the Valkyries have gone. Their absence is a fatal wound. It's like, damn, it's cool that he listens for his friends. In their world, a golden corpse. As we see this giant crazy shit of the Bifrost. It's like, oh god! And that's changed beyond imagination. History itself dominated by one who has wrapped themselves in this gilded ziggurat. Charged towards this vandal of reality. And then pushed and into my fist. Show yourself, tyrant. Reveal your power to the All-Father, that I may alleviate you of your burden with thunder and pain. Oh dear, oh no, there will be no need for threats, Father of Nothing. You have come to my place of power, of will both free and fated. I stand before you with no deception. Behold, the Master of Yggdrasil, the tyrant of humanity, the omnipotent Savior. But, as I've always preferred a good acronym, Master of Yggdrasil, the tyrant of humanity, the omnipotent Savior, you may call me Mythos, as we see that it is MODOK empowered by the Bifrost. Now granted, that is amazing artwork there, but I'm just kind of like, we're going with MODOK here? So it just was very strange to me for this one. I'm like, alright. Not that like MODOK can't be an effective kind of fighting force, but it was just like, Thor really doesn't have that much history with MODOK. And there's kind of reasons for that. MODOK usually never gets to this kind of power level against him. And of course he talks about your MODOK. What the hell's going on here? No trick of infinite privilege, just ingenuity. I've been a pawn for so many, designed only for service, for killing, for control. Though built from a man, my consciousness was born to my terrible station, as you were to your gilded throne. But then your prismatic Einstein-Rosen bridge, now shattered, called to my genius. I used every recourse at my disposal to collect it, and with precision and care, I mastered it. I get the explanation, but it still doesn't really make much sense to me. It's like, how did MODOK fucking do this? Especially since we'd seen MODOK last with the Outer Circle and being screwed up there. It's like, alright. full power. I banished freedom. I have transported away the memory of heroes into darkness. I have made these realms my own, and unlike you, you spoiled child, I deserve it. It's like, I don't know if the Bifrost works that way. I mean, granted, if you get somebody who can utilize it in different kind of ways, sure. And then Thor's like, all you deserve is annihilation. As he then goes, and he's talking about he did as his father would. I find power in the shame and anger that rage like twin brothers in my heart, and I unleash them both. Neither are worthy. He's like, yeah, don't act like Odin. Act like Thor. He's like, now go to your room, as he pretty much blasts him with Bifrost stuff. I taste the dirt of Midgard, and I hear my father's voice. Retreat. It is the strategy he would employ. Odin never fought a battle he did not know he could win. I tell myself it is wisdom to go to the shadows. I swear to myself this is not cowardice, but still, I doubt. And I like that Thor still needs to figure out if this is the right thing for him to do. Then we see somebody pretty much getting beaten up, trying to protect someone very much similar to like Steve. And we're like, who is this? Look, we all just got off the chain and no one wants to fight, but their rations are theirs, and now they're mine. Leave him alone. Don't worry, Mr. Angelo. This face can take a punch or two. Okay, but it does have a severe knife allergy. You assailant, flee, as Thor tells him to flee, and thunder kind of like in his eyes. Yeah, you guys should probably flee just as well, just to be safe. Thank you, thank you. Just being a friendly neighbor. And of course, that links us up to, who's this? I know you. Do you? And then he's like, I feel like I know you from somewhere or whatnot. And he's like, you keep your identity hidden, but Sif's eyes see y'all. You are one of her favorites. I'm going to assume that's good. I don't have great luck with women. You truly do not know me. I feel like you want me to, but I also hate lying. Then it is true, the madman has used the Bifrost to banish the memory of the world before. Well, I know you, Peter Parker. In this place, I could not hear the mind voices of those whom I have fought alongside. If I could not find my allies, I sought whomever might be considered a champion of this place that remains. So I allowed my feet to guide me. And they brought you to me? Wow, man, whatever it is you're looking for, you've got the wrong guy. No, I have not. It's like, yep. That's kind of cool that he would wander around like Odin too. This is his hovel. His home's in Queens. Oh, the Inferno sector? Not. He's like, oh, this is. What of your home in Queens? Oh, nothing's out in the Inferno sector. You did alongside. Never mind. You got my name right, okay? But everything else, I mean, you seem not to know much of anything. So he gives him a crash course. City Prime, two kinds of people, pleb people, work, do all that kind of stuff. Then we've got like. The other people, waiting in line like a champ, or going above and beyond in the mecha mines, or especially not causing any trouble, you get to, then you get ascended, and you become palace people. You move to the Ziggurat, serve the Great One, and get to do palace stuff that he would like to do palace stuff. You live here. All you have ever known is dirt and suffering, and your only hope of escaping is not causing trouble. A bit bleak, but yeah, you nailed it. And yet you stood up for the old man, Mr. Angelo. That is not causing trouble. I suppose you're right. It's just hard to watch people suffer when you know you can do something about it, even if that something is just taking a punch. I know I'm just one guy, but it feels like I have a responsibility to make the effort, even in failure, especially in failure. The battles you can't win are the most important to fight, as we see that really hitting home with Thor. It's like, you will not remember this, but when next we meet, you have earned a visit to the hot springs of heaven. Not gonna lie, that sounds pretty, as he then throws himself out on a bolt of lightning, saying, Mythos, our fight is unfinished. It's like, yeah, that's fucking awesome page right there. Fucking great artwork. It was never a fight at all, you puny thing. It was a banishment. Behold my mastery of the 10 realms, you idiot boy. It's like, okay. The battles you can't win are the most important to fight. My father would not have understood, as we see him getting blasted continually, but still going off as Thor. The power of the Allfather may be stolen. The throne of the gods may be usurped. Even the world tree may be seized by foul hands. But my belief in myself, that power is mine alone. And that's an important thing for people to have. The power to keep standing, the power to keep fighting, the power of my heart, the power of Thor, as we then see that MODOK's getting pissed off and like, what the hell? And that's a really good page there of Thor just being like, the power of Thor. And then he's calling him an Asgardian. Unhand me gladly. I shall ravage you from history. You shall not. You will release the power you have stolen, and you shall kneel. As he pretty much rips off MODOK's arm, punches the shit out of him, and then thunder cracks his ass. Amazingly, like fucking great artwork. I love the one-page ones like this in this one. You see, MODOK, my perfect world. Me. It was never your world, you twisted husk. You are a god of broken mirrors. You fuck you. And granted, it's bleeped, but that's what I think of him saying. A god of the broken the god of the broken is still a god. There is strength in you. Hate like a black flame. It takes bravery to spit in the eye of your executioner. It's like, yeah. Bring down your hammer then, Odinson. Show me the All-Father's justice. And then we see lightning. It's like, fuck. And then we see another one of him flying. It's like, yeah. For all the shock, the world tree is quick to heal. I can feel the thrum of her voice deep in my bones, a thrum that thanks me. If I am to be All-Father truly and without reservation, these must be my rewards. The joy of knowing that wrongs have been righted, of knowing that my subjects are safer today than yesterday, including those who thwart me, especially those who thwart me. Yeah. Let me see, what? How are thine eyes? Healing, so the tree is restored, the spider is back to his rooftops, and yet the half-man lives. He does. Your father would have cut him down after his crimes. I have chosen a different punishment. I have reached into his mind with the lightning, and given him the gift he did not know he needed. For he has been designed for many things, but never to question. Now perhaps he can see himself as he is, as he then looks at himself and says, that is a smart and wise choice for Thor to do. Perhaps he could begin to find the answers that have eluded him, as I have found mine, as we see Thor sitting on his throne. And that's the end of the main one. So it's like, okay, I like the lessons of Thor and everything, and I like him teaching this lesson of MODOK and not killing him. It's just the strangest pick choice to do MODOK for this kind of thing. There are a lot of other kind of ways that this could have gone down, and that's my only big kind of gripe with this. So then we get to the preview for, prologue for the Immortal Thor. And this one I really liked. The art style and everything, and how the writing also goes as well. Let's see here. Would you know more? Then sit with me around the secret fire to hear the magic words. Once upon a time, there were 10 great realms. In the vast tree that was everything. And the realm of gold was called Asgard. A world of glory where every rise was a grand saga, every fall a Ragnarok. A land of gods, heady with deep meaning, where even broken things were beautiful. Lady Sif, how goes thy vigil? It goes, Thor. My brother's duties did not end with his death. And even a shattered rainbow bridge must be guarded from. Oh, should I be worried? It's like, let's see. And we see that Thor has now shifted back to his, original costume, which I like. I mean, I like his original costume, but I've loved the kind of redesign one that we've had so far. But new run, new look, it's cool. I'm good with it. I'm like, hey, if you're going to anything classic Thor, I'm good with. And she's like, do the high adventures of times past threaten to lure you from the throne? Ha! 'Tis true, my obligations have grown since last I wore these trappings, as have I. And though that journey to myself has been long, a road beset with doubts and fears, as sharp and cruel as briars, the journey is done. The prize is won. I am king of Asgard, and will not shirk that duty. But I would reassure my people that, king though I may be, I am still Thor. I'll not deny that role either. And I like that. I'm like, ooh, okay. I like that balancing act. That's an important thing that I like to see about this with, King Thor and everything. Excuse me. If the cape fits, as they say, and I confess, it has been some time since thine hammer seemed light in thine hand. 'Tis truly my hammer now, the hammer of the All-Father. Its magic is mine to command and mine to bestow. Mjolnir has become a part of me, and perhaps this old friend deserves its own new beginning. In that moment, Thor was decided, and the die was cast. Come then, Mjolnir, open the gates of thunder, call the cosmic lightning from beyond the sky itself, and within it be reborn. Then the Odin storm struck, the full might and majesty of Thor All-Father. The price of such power was the Odin sleep, which would lay Thor low for many days, as we see him utilizing this power and having the hammer be brought back to its original state. It's like, this is interesting, but it's still kind of different, as we see the heaven gold melting. And in this endless moment, the hammer of Thor bleeds molten gold, and Thor felt the long-forgotten weight lift from his soul. It is done, the hammer is mended, Mjolnir is reforged, stronger than ever by my sight. But I wondered if 'tis wise to use the all-power like this, to turn back the wheel of fate. Sometimes the wheel of fate turns all around, Lady Sif. Sometimes it brings us home, as we see it reforged with the words, "Whomever holds this hammer, if they be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor. But home was Asgard, where all things have meaning." And the echo of those words was dark thunder in a far-off land. But that is a tale for tomorrow, as we see them pretty much teasing that with Thor with two the reforged Mjolnir and the Ultimate Mjolnir, and him looking beat all to hell. It's like, damn, that was a good way to like bring that up and be effective. So I overall like the themes and the character writing of Thor, Lady Sif, and Peter Parker within the main story. I just thought that MODOK was a strange choice to set that up against for the bulk of the annual. It was like, what? And I really actually enjoyed the prologue to the new run a lot more, showcasing that Thor is trying to show that he is the king, but that he's still Thor. That's an important dichotomy to make. Like, you're thinking, oh god, is he Thor or is he the king? And Thor can be king, but he will be a different king than Odin. And I like him fighting his, like, the Odin kind of impulses that was going on in the annual. And I like that he reforged Mjolnir, and that there's an actual kind of thing of like coming back around, that this immortal Thor's like, these are all these kind of things that even though we're going back to status quo, things kind of come around again. And it's interesting to see this, and I can't wait to see what that last page is revealing of why he's got the ultimate Mjolnir as well, because there was issues with that, with the whole War Thor and Volstagg, which was interesting to read as well. So I can't wait to see. I liked the bulk of this, even though we had the weird kind of villain for it, and I can't wait to see what the next creative team's run is going to be like, and this prologue really got me excited for it. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.